Every year, 300 million tons of plastics are produced in the world. From that, 5 to 12 million tons end up in the ocean. Plastics in the sea are considered as marine litter and constitutes a global threat. By definition, marine litter consists of items that have been deliberately discarded, unintentionally lost, or transported by wind or the rivers into the sea and on beaches. Most of the plastic in the sea are produced inland. It's about 80%. However, the other 20% is produced from fisheries and that kind of activities. In this case, I wanted to show with these figures that disposable packaging is the main source of plastics in the sea. The impacts of plastics could be ecological, ingestion of plastics for the marine animals, also entanglement with the consequently death of the animals, but it's not only ecological, it's also economic. There is an impact in the tourism revenues due to the plastic contamination and the coast. The important and the problem with plastic is like plastic in the sea break down and it becomes microplastic. So it's not only what we can see, it's also what we cannot see. I want to show you this figure. In this figure, it's not very clear. This is the stomach content of northern fulmar, a seabird very common in Europe. If we see that, the plastic content is very small. But if we translate it in a human scale, you can see that the results are very shocking. So at the end, that's what I put this title to my presentation is a dead end. The animals that have that amount of plastic in their stomachs, they will obviously die very soon. So most of that plastic that are found in marine animals are single-use plastic, disposable one, the one that we take every day with our coffee, every day in our daily life. So to tackle this problem, Europe has set the Marine Strategy Framework Directive. That's the only existing European legislation that aims to reduce the marine litter. It obliges the member states to set targets and in order to reduce the marine litter. This strategy aims to obtain good environmental status by 2020, and it includes in its descriptor number 10 that properties and quantities of marine litter do not cause harm to the coastal and marine environment. So that's the goal. Here I wanted to show you different instruments, different policies that are very related to the marine strategy in order to reduce the marine litter in a quantitative, in a qualitative prevention, but also for cleaning up the ocean. From these instruments, the ones that are supposed to have a high impact in relation to the strategy are the Waste Framework Directive, the Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive, the Cosmetics Regulation, and the Common Fishery Policy. In this year, the EU just published the new plastic strategy, but of course it needs a lot of implementation. It's just the beginning. It was published in January. So there will be a lot to discuss about that in the future. The recommendations are basically about implementation, enforcement, and action. For that, it's recommended the implementation of monitoring schemes, but also research projects and the impact of marine litter, and also the microplastics in the food chain, in every kind of organism, not only the ones that we can see, but also the ones that we cannot see, like small benthic animals that live underground. The implementation of marine and land-based waste policies, promote recycling and reuse of the plastic and other materials, regulations on producer responsibility, measures to reduce utilization of single-use plastic, the implementation and enforcement of the general prohibition on waste discharge from ships to the sea. We saw that it corresponds to 20% of the plastic pollution. And also compulsory discharging of litter in ports for all vessels, complete prohibition on all waste discharge to polar waters, enforcement and higher fines for litter offenses on land and also at sea. The chemo fishing for litter, this is a nice model because fishermen, they bring up to land all the gears that they found, all the plastic that they found in their gears. So it's a nice initiative. Continuous beach cleanups and educational programs. That's very important from my scientific point of view also. So that's all. Thank you for your attention.